picking your butt over there.
Hello, I'm Eagle. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is fucking talking shit with Eagle. Smiley's Gardens, Cheddar Bob 13. And this is episode 358.5. The Wormhole. What's up, Smiley? Cheddar Bob. What's going on, guys?
It's going. Been a while. He was catching up on some sleep here and there. So sorry I missed your birthday.
Me too. But you've been missed, man. You've been missed, Cheddar Bob. I'm glad you popped in.
Stop it.
You're a very likable cat.
I know several people that would disagree with you, Eagle.
Yeah, lately you've been seeming to be Mr. Disagreeable. Like, no.
Oh, I'm very disagreeable. Stubborn, hard-headed. Yeah,
Me too. I'm
you know.
You part German? German?
But I'm never wrong. So that, you know.
Oh, I can be wrong. I'm often wrong, actually. And I typically find out about it after I get all puffed up about something. And then I'll be like, oh, yeah, about that.
Well, I guess I won't talk to that person again.
You just avoid him.
Yeah. Someone told me I looked like Frank from Shameless today.
I can see it a little bit.
I think it's just the beard.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
The hobo
Shameless.
mentality.
I don't. Maybe I've never seen it. I don't watch a lot of TV though.
That's a great show. It's on was it Showtime, I think, and now it's on Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix. Really well done show.
You know how back in the day they used to have like really good family sitcoms where they would like show the perfect family, everybody get and then now we have Shameless. Now
we have what it's really like.
And it's about as fucked up as you can imagine.
Yeah, but it's as close to most people's like family life, I would assume.
Yeah, probably more than the way the defense stories.
More than the Huxtables, you know.
I appreciate the company, Cheddar Bob, because you remind me of a guy I grew up with that kind of razz conversation that back in my like serious drinking days, it was that we could always go back and forth and we kind of knew how to like pick each other a little bit in the good way, you know what I mean, just to get a good conversation out of each other.
Yeah,
get drinking and we'd get some like really back and forth, you motherfucker, type situation. Yeah. Then we fucking get up the next day and fucking be like, man, I can't believe that shit. Smoke a joint and fucking bestest friends again. Just a complete restart. You know what I mean? But I appreciate that type of,
You're such an asshole, but I love you.
Exactly. Exactly. I've had, that's the way, not calling you an asshole by any means, but that type of back and forth. I've actually had a lot of those same friends that were still to my best friends to this day. Same cats, man. Fucking wrestle, fight with. You know what I mean? Same months after fucking bleeding sometimes and being like, you're a crazy motherfucker. I can't believe you bit me.
Well, in life, I think you have, your friendships as well as like working relationships. You have your yes friends, the friends who are always going to enable you in some way. And then you have people like me who are not yes men, who will give you the hard punch in the face that you might need, the honest, brutal, hurtful truth that hurts you right away, but ends up in the long run being what you really needed to hear, and for that reason, I'm, a lot of people think I'm an asshole, but it doesn't bother me. They'll realize later it was all good. It was all for them.
I have nothing but respect for somebody that will look me right in the face and go, "You're an asshole today.
Yeah.
You're being an asshole." Or just,
Yep.
tell me exactly right where I fucking stand with them. I've got more respect for that than somebody that'll just look me in the face and go, whatever. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, that's, I got my grandmother, the most person I love the most in this world. My grandmother was the most blunt, brute person with the truth honest with me. She would cut me the straightest bullshit. I mean, she never sugarcoated shit. And I loved her for that to the day she died. In fact, she said some shit to me on the way out, even that because of people that are in chat that I can't even say. But she gave me some direct advice what she thought what I should do with my life at that point, and which I didn't listen. I didn't listen, but I, she might have been right in a lot of ways. But I appreciated it because even on the way out, she was like, "I love you, but don't fucking do that." And I was like, "Grandma, no."
Yeah. People our age, our grandparents, especially, well, I don't know, our grandparents were brutal. They were brought up in a different age than people younger than us, like with their grandparents, who would be our parents' age. Like, our grandparents were brutal. They grew up in really fucking brutal times. Mine didn't hold back at all.
Yeah, you got to shower once a week. You know what I mean? You had fucking 2 pair of jeans. One you wore to church on Sunday.
That's not normal.
Pair you wore the rest of the week. Yeah, some crazy ass shit, man.
That was definitely her, man. Her mother and father, my great grandfather and grandfather, he was in the sit down strike. You know what I mean? The Buick sit down strike, that area. And it's again 9 kids back then during the sit down strike. So she knew tough times, like you're saying, man. And God rest her soul. She taught me so much about life, and I miss that gal, man. She was a lot. She meant a lot to me. The ways I think, all that shit, man. Direct right back to her. She was yeah, I heard you at one point mention Smiley, a Generations picture. That great grandma I was talking about right there. I never really understood it at the point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's get this picture taken. I never really the impact of what was that. I look back at that photo now because I had the photo, and I see it. Why she wanted it, and it was right before she died. It was 5 generations. There's 5 generations with my daughter in there. That was 5 generations of us standing there, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, with me holding my daughter, and that meant a lot to her. She's like, you don't get it. It's not that often where you can get 5 generations shoulder to shoulder like that, and she wanted that terribly bad before she died, and we got that picture taken. And it didn't click till years later, guys, that I was like, oh, I see it now. That doesn't
unless you're in West Virginia and all those 5 generations are under 50.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Bro.
Sorry, everyone from West Virginia. It's just a joke. Take it easy.
You all know it's true because you live.
Hey, and speaking of old people, where's Bingus?
Yeah, we didn't see Bingus in chat, man. Hope he's doing all right. It might be his Sunday. You know?
It is Sunday.
I know. It might be his day that he just.
It's everyone's Sunday, man.
That's what I mean. It's actually Monday now, but anyway, it might be the day he's disconnected.
Damn you, Smiley! Damn you!
He was tripping. I seen him measuring out his microdose, so maybe maybe he changed his mind and macrodosed.
I thought Eagle might have given him a ring on the telly.
Okay.
Hey, there's Gus.
I was actually getting ready. I seen everybody asking about him in the first episode. So I was actually starting to wonder myself.
You smiling, damn you.
I got some nice purple flowers growing in my. I guess you guys can't really see them.
Eagle might have given him a ring on the telly.
Yeah,
There's Gus.
Oh well.
All right, Gus, we can hear you. The ring through.
What's up? Oh my God, I forgot to stop that. My bad, dude.
What's up? What are you rolling up there? What was that? A leaf?
This is a tobacco leaf.
Okay.
I just ripped a piece off right now, and I'm about to stuff it with some LA Conf.
So you roll
Looks like
just like that?
I'm going to show you guys right now how I do it. Basically, you'll see I just roll it up, and then I make a little mold out of tin foil, and then I dry it for like 12 hours, and then I put it in a dehydrator or a dehumidifier. A dehydrator for a little bit on and off here and there until it's fully dry. But it's really easy, and the smoke's like awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot smoother than smoking a backwoods or anything like that.
Dope as fuck. You grow the plant yourself too?
Yeah. It's in and you know what, dude? It's crazy, but that plant is the chunkiest one out of all of them.
So, as far as like Smiley's question is like, you're gonna smoke it wet. My reply to that is, have you seen a lot of people when they roll them backwoods? How fucking licked up and soaking wet that shit is before they roll it. It can't be any wetter than that thing. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
You find a girl to go.
They're deep throating the fucking thing. They're like, drool down their face.
Oh man, it's got to be a lot clearer. It
is.
So I ran my first proper run of bubble hash today.
Ooh.
Pressing.
Ooh.
I had an issue the past several runs with drying. I didn't have a proper drying environment. I was drying in a tent. So lots of kind of like dust and stuff stirring around, lots of contaminants.
Yeah.
So it never came out very well. So I was almost on the verge of buying a freeze dryer. You know, I was like, okay, I really want to do this. You know, let's do the investment for a freeze dryer. And I got thinking, and I was like, you know, before I go spend $3,000 or $4,000, you know, let's try a wine fridge, because they're climate controlled, right? You can get it down to like 40, 41 degrees. The relative humidity stays about the same as the temperature, within a few degrees. And man, I bought one for like $136. I used it 2 days ago. I ran the bubble hash, microplaned it, sieved it on the parchment, put it in there. 2 days, that's all it took. Beautifully dry, like amazing. Way better than air drying it in a pizza box. It was so nice. And then I pressed it, and it came out, for me, from what I've pressed before, it came out fire. I'm so happy. Saved myself like, you know, $3,800.
Oh man.
So tip for anyone out there that's just doing like small bubble hash rosin and stuff like that, like invest in a little wine fridge. They work really well.
Are you single pouching it when you press that bubble? Cheddar?
I use a 37 micron bag, and then I'll double bag that in a 160 just for blowout purposes, because I'm still learning. So, the pressure is.
One, I've heard a lot of people when they press that bubble, it's usually a double bag 25. You know what I mean? A 25 inside of a 25 is what I've seen most common there. But it definitely, helps get that whatever particulates left in that bubble, and it helps catch that.
Yeah, this stuff came out like not white, but really, really clear. Like it was a good run of bubble. So I got around 66, right around 66% back. It was 17 grams, and I got almost 11 back. So
It's not too bad of a loss, only 5 there.
Not.
Oh man, So do you prefer, how's the buzz? Again, because I'm one of the advocates there that I love the bubble hash the way it is. I love the full bodied smoke. It's a real thick smoke. I like the addition with some flour. I make a worm and throw it right in the middle of my joint. That's the way I like my bubble. And it's more of a full body, more of a medicine for me. So when I think about filtering it out again, I'm thinking about taking out a lot of stuff and making it more heady. Is that what you find? The rosin, once you press it out, that hash is more heady than it is full body that you'd get with the bubble?
For me, I think the headiness comes from the particular cultivar and harvest times, not necessarily the end product. Now the strength, I can feel the difference in the strength, as well as like just the burning of it. The in my chest. The regular bubble hash is heavier. I can feel it in my throat. Makes my throat a little bit more raspy.
Dude, do you think that like vaping, like, okay, because I get the same with like hash, like when I vape, it's totally different than like smoking. And like when I get the full, like what Eagle's talking about, it is kind of different than the rosin stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
sure.
like with this, I mean, with this particular bubble hash rosin, like I actually feel a little racy, a little like.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Hey, you got to walk us through the end product there. You just finished that wrap with the tobacco leaf, and then you wrapped it in tinfoil. Now,
okay, so now that it's like wrapped, I'll leave it like this for like about 12 hours, whatever. And how patient I can be. I can make this drying process a lot longer if I wanted to, which would be the purest thing to do. But I'm just like trying to smoke my own blunts. So I'm just drying. I dry them out as fast as I can. So I hit the food dehydrator after, about a half a day, maybe sometimes a day. I'll put it in the dehydrator and on and off until it's dry. Like sometimes I'll leave it on for like 3 hours even. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that, I think it does slightly decarb it, because I do get really stoned. Like I get straight slapped in the face when I smoke it. And it's like, it's different than when I'm smoking a big fat joint. Like, and it could be the nicotine.
nicotine. Do you not smoke normally, or?
No, I do smoke. I do smoke cigarettes normally. But yeah, it's totally different, man. It's a lot smoother. And it smells like a cigar. It smells like a good cigar, dude. It's some Kentucky tobacco I got from Strictly Medicinal Seeds. They have a great catalog of a bunch of different shit, and it's mostly non-GMO stuff, So what?
I'm just laughing at Cheddar Bob. He taped the fucking cigarette to his thumb.
But yeah,
Forget
that's
Bob.
that's the process there. I mean, I was gonna get fancy and like dip it and then coat it and keef and stuff, but I'm really just kind of digging how it is by itself.
Drizzle of fucking like Eagle's worm, do worm wrapped around it. I don't know. That's true though. Like how fancy can you get with it, right? Like
Talking about Eagle's worm, Smiley.
You know what's funny is
It wraps around.
I seen the look on Gus's face tonight. Gus Gross's face tonight when I was talking to him. Where's my supply here?
Did you see the worm too?
Broke.
Oh no.
No, I was sitting here. I do this. I did it to somebody else the other night, and I realized how weird it looked. And I forgot to say something to Gus. Like I ripped off a piece of worm, and then you see me sitting over here, just kind of, you know what I mean? I see Gus like, what the fuck is he doing over there?
What's going on underneath there?
Like, oh shit! I'm rolling the worm. But it does look so wrong if you don't know what the fuck I'm doing over here.
Somebody the other day, it looked really bad. It was funny.
And if your answer is playing with my worm, that doesn't help either.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
Smiley.
Yeah.
Do I know you? Brownstown?
I don't know, man. Do you
Brownstown.
Huh?
Brownstown?
No, man.
Okay.
I grew up on...
You have a direct look-alike, bro, from somebody that I used to party with. And he used to grow really good dope too. So, but yeah.
On my screen, you guys are beside each other, Smiley and Gus, and it looks like you guys could be like Green Arrow versus Lex Luthor.
That's funny. That's funny, dude. I get Mr. Clean a lot.
Yeah, that's too easy. Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, yeah. Mr. Clean will fuck some shit up, though. Let's be honest.
Leave it clean, though.
I don't think you can trust Mr. Clean. He's always in the fucking house with all the women.
Well,
Man.
the women can
Why is he always there when I'm gone? What the fuck? Why is this dude always here?
the women trust Mr. Clean.
Right? I guess so.
And he's always got that damn grin on his face.
Yeah, because he's out with your wife. Fuck.
You can trust me. What do you mean?
He knows something we don't. I don't like it.
Well, I know what the women do when you guys are gone. That's all.
He's got those.
More dramatic.
He's got
I'm just joking.
those limonene terps.
Ooh. I like myrcene too, and the lemonade, and the piney. I like it all, dude. Honestly, everything but if it tastes like straight bubble gum, like in a pouch bubble gum, I don't like it.
I'm not a big eucalyptus fan. Eucalyptus, that sort of like anise, licoricey sort of flavor.
Okay, I like licorice, but I don't like eucalyptus. The flow that I have is like, I don't like the smoke of it at all. Everybody loves it around me, but fucking that. But I don't like this. I don't like the taste of it. I like the smell. It's got a really floral, like in that essential kind of like eucalyptus oil smell to it. And I'm like, I can't dig it. So I'm trying to hit it with the glue sniffer, and hopefully that'll make it tasty because I love the way it grows. The way it grows is amazing.
When I lived out in California, I lived on the Napa River out in Carneros. And Carneros is like this huge wine area just outside of Napa City. And driving, like, this is how much I hate eucalyptus. So driving back to where I lived, you'd pass all these vineyards. And then there's this like 4-mile stretch of like eucalyptus trees. And so all you could smell was this like super potent eucalyptus. I'd almost like go off the road, I'd be gagging. I'd be like, you know, you roll the windows up, but the air's blowing in. You know, you gotta have AC on because it's like 7,000 degrees in fucking California.
Yeah.
And so it's still blowing in the eucalyptus smell. You're like kind of swerving because you're like, oh, your eyes are all red and like drippy. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Every time I went home, I'm like, ugh.
It's like driving through the industrial part of Detroit.
Yeah, or any part of Texas.
Oh, oh man, dude, Nebraska's it smells like straight cow shit the whole way through.
Yeah.
You know?
I lived in Douglas for a little while.
Yeah, Nebraska. Oh man, I had some family that lived out there. That was pretty much it, but it was fun. Yeah. What do you got?
So you're gonna go knock on K&F Garden's door, huh, Gus?
Yeah, all the way out in Michigan, California.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a city, Michigan, and California.
Michigan and California, maybe.
We have
Oregon.
We have like Paris, Maine, and Norway, Maine. We have like a whole Lebanon, Maine, China, Maine, South China, Maine. Like we have like the most unoriginal names for our towns here. They're
That's
like,
funny.
where would we like to visit if we weren't stuck in fucking Maine? Let's
Paris. Oh, I've been to Paris, Maine, several times. That's funny. Yeah, Michigan has a lot of weird, like Native American sounding fucking cities in it that I can't even pronounce. Some of them, man. You know, it's pretty weird. Like even one of my favorite little places. It's called the Akiak Falls, right? And it's spelled like you wouldn't believe, dude. You wouldn't call it Akiak if you looked at it. You'd be like, what the fuck is that trying to tell me? But it's one of the coolest places in Michigan. I mean, in the lower part, I love it. It's cool. A lot of people go there though. Now it's like way overpacked. I actually ran into this really cool fucking guy that met a shaman in Oregon, and we just dude, I always randomly meet people like this. It's always mystical and shit. But I met him in the middle of the Akiak Falls, and he's like, oh, something about Oregon. And I was like, dude, I just came back from Oregon. He was like, yeah, I was over here. I was like, it sounds like Tillamook. He was like, no. I was like, Newport? He was like, no. And then I said, Eugene. I forgot what I said, Cottage Grove, something. He was like, yeah, man. I was like, fuck yeah. That dude, Oregon is beautiful. You're in Cali, you said? Or Maine?
I'm in Maine, yeah.
Maine? I haven't been to Maine, dude.
Well, you're welcome here anytime. I'll leave the gate open.
Cool. My brother has some friends out there that are really into weed and shit that he visited. He said it's pretty cool out there.
Yeah, we've you know, Maine's a little, I say this often, but Maine's a little sleeper state in the cannabis industry. We have a lot of fantastic growers out this way, but we're low key, you know, we're only 1.3 million people. We keep to ourselves. We're not about,
that's cool.
We're not about the whole get out there and show stuff game. Like we just do our thing, you know, except for me, I like to get out there and show and, you know.
Yeah.
Is it all because of the lobsters?
It's the lobsters, yeah. Jesus. Gotta get out on the lobster boat around sunset.
That's got to be cool. Are you on the water basically, or what?
Yeah, I live on an island.
Oh man,
I'm on an island called Mount Desert Island, Bar Harbor, Maine.
That's cool. So there's a lot of diversity probably over there, huh? Like
no, we're everyone's white.
No, I mean soil diversity, yeah. And like with the rock and you know the whatever, right? You got me there.
I had to. That was just begging. That was begging for it. Soil diversity, no, I wouldn't really say so. Like lots of granite in this state, so our ground soil is really acidic pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't have great crop produce, you know, like potatoes. We're great with potatoes.
Yeah.
Blueberries, but our growing season is really short, so you know we get like fucking pumpkins and watermelons and shit. We don't get anything fun.
Oh,
Is there much outdoor for your area?
No, not really. We get like, I mean, maybe 3 months of prime weather, like prime veg and flowering weather, and then in September the weather just turns. It gets cold really, really fast. So, you know, most stuff doesn't have time to finish.
Yeah. I was surprised last year that my flow got to finish because it was like November 1st. I took it down, and it had 2 frosts, and it took it like a champ, dude. I was like,
you know, it's crazy shit that I just seen this in an orchard. I forget even where the fuck I was looking, but anyway, they were talking about how they protect orchards from frost, and the dude fucking puts on his overhead sprinkler. He put it on like over the night because the layers of ice would keep the inner part of the plant from freezing, basically. And it was like, I don't know, I forget how to explain it now.
Like an igloo.
It was all fucking covered in ice, but that was keeping the plant from actually freezing or whatever. It was weird.
They do that down in Florida, don't they? During the frost times, they spray the oranges with the.
Yeah, it's like the most effective way to keep them from fucking being damaged by the frost. There's something about the water or the ice. I forget. I shouldn't brought it up, I guess. But
I thought they went out there with those propane burners and those big butterfly wings and kind of.
Yeah, they do stuff like that.
Like in that movie with Keanu Reeves. What was that? With the Valley in the Sky or something like that about the wine vineyard?
Yeah, I'll have to find it, man. I forget how that worked. It was something to do with the way the I don't even know. It's something to do with the water freezing, and it was somehow like keeping it was protecting the fucking plant.
Well, I mean, if you think about an igloo.
It was similar, something like that. I don't even remember though. But it kept the frost, like the actual frost comes down from the top. So like when they were lighting the fires, it's not the heat from the fires; it was the smoke going up in the air, and the smoke was creating like a diffusion type thing from. Oh, it was from the clear sky. That's what it was. It wasn't from the frost. It was from having a clear sky where it like sucking the heat out of them.
I would assume also.
That's what it was.
I would assume also that like being covered in ice, it would stop that wind from also lowering the temperature. Any wind during that cold time, you know, would also lower the core temperature from it if it didn't have like a little shell around it, you know?
Sorry about that.
I think, Smiley, you're closer to being right there. I think it's more of they're supplying a wet layer that's a protective shell to where the frost, like you're saying, slowly freezes and draws out the moisture from inside it. You know what I mean? To where if they spray it, then the moisture's already there, freezing and protecting versus, you know, sucking it out, dehydrating the fruit.
Yeah, it made a protection layer from it was clear skies, because I remember that was the other technique they were using is they would burn piles, and they would have this smoke that would sit over like a smoke cloud that they would make basically over the orchard, and it would make kind of like a blanket layer to keep it from freezing. And then that was like so much air pollution, and there was a guy that figured out the sprinklers would do the same effect, and they'd have to leave them on. So each time the sprinkler went across, the next layer of water would protect it for a minute, and that water would freeze, and then it would kind of build up this like sheet of coating on it, but you would think it'd still freeze though underneath that, like as the fucking ice would melt the next day and shit. But I don't know, maybe it got warm enough so quick. But I don't know. I just remember.
I think it probably depends on the crop as well, because I think oranges can't really take any sort of ice on them at all, or else they're toast.
I don't know.
Can you guys hear my fan?
No.
What are they yelling?
Yeah.
No, there's a peach tree that produces fruit over here in on Emmons Street, over a couple blocks away, and I found it one day, and I was like, "Is that a peach tree?" And it was, and I ate the fruit of it too. It was good. I don't know. It produces every year though.
Well, I used to live in this place. I never knew peaches grew in Maine. Never knew it. And I was standing outside smoking a cigarette on the porch, and I looked over and there's this little peach growing off a tree right by the steps. And I was like, I went to look to see if it was in a pot or something, and nope, sure enough, it's growing out of the ground. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on here?
That's exactly my reaction.
I thought I had discovered some like new goddamn peach species that only grew in cold climates in Maine. I was like, holy shit! I picked a whole bunch of them and took them to the restaurant I worked at. I was like,
told your buddies,
Maine peaches. Oh my god!
Same shit, dude. That was I
was like, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna start peach orchards in Maine. They're gonna be like a novelty.
Oh, that's funny.
No, they grow everywhere.
So the fan is making noise. Is it?
What's it saying?
No, can you guys hear it?
Just a little bit.
Oh, I see it in the chat. Somebody said I checked 5 times to see if my fan was making noise.
I wish I could see chat on my phone. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, I got it on my TV.
Oh, it's fancy you, Gus, and your televisions.
What can I say? It took a lot to get here.
Here I am on my Nokia.
They don't sell them on Gilligan's Island.
And funny enough, Gilligan Island, or Gilligan rather, lived like 300, 400 yards away from me when I was little. And then, in
Bob
Northeast
Denver?
Harbor.
Was his name?
Yeah, Northeast Harbor, Maine.
That's cool.
He lived right beside my godmother. And then the town kicked him out because he didn't pay his property taxes.
What a scumbag.
I don't know, but that's the story.
Wow.
But yeah, and let's see, Leatherface, the original Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen. He lived at the top of my street, right behind the library. You guys know who Leatherface is, right?
Like
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, get back in the hole, right? It puts the lotion on. Is that the same guy?
No, that's
Buffalo Bob, right?
No, that's Buffalo Bill. Come
Dude,
on, man! You gotta get your serial killer movies
terrible.
right.
That Leatherface guy is creepy, dude.
Yeah, dude, he was like 6'5", like 310, 20 pounds. He was a giant.
Jeez,
And,
so the movie really played him right.
I was always so scared of him because he walked around he looked like this all the time. Just stone faced.
Oh shit.
I was so scared of him, but after I got older and I kind of realized that he wasn't a serial killer. He was one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. He was a poet. He was like a published poet, like has a bunch of books. He was a screenwriter. He'd done a whole bunch of other work, but yeah, he was an amazing person. That was the first movie he'd ever done. He got paid like $10,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just enough for a trailer.
Yeah, pretty much. But then he had a little reprise in one of these last ones just before he passed away. Like, I don't know, Generations or something like that. He
That's
had a
cool.
little, yeah.
So Smiley, just a little bit of on-air fucking questioning and planning. Is there anything organically going for the 14th of next month?
Oh, no, I don't have anything planned for April yet. I gotta get stuck into it.
Who does that?
I do that.
Who plans a month ahead?
I will say I'm whale fishing. I will say I'm giving a little bit of time because I'm whale fishing. So if I can land a whale, I'm gonna.
If it helps, the 14th is now booked.
Make sure you write it down.
You're saying it's booked for me?
No, unless you want me to book it, I'll book it for you. But
I missed what you were saying there. I thought you were like, "Oh, I just booked you a takeover episode."
Oh, that'd be nice of me, wouldn't it?
I'd be like, "Sweet, I got April handled."
You know, you can get Smiley to do a second interview of that crazy chick.
Dude, there's still a lot of good ones on tap, though. I mean, if you want guests, I mean, a lot of Jeff Lowenfeld said he'd come back and talk with you. Fucking, there was a bunch of good ones that said they'd come back.
That's right.
That'd be cool.
I know it's hard though, man. Like when you put out invitations and then like to like 2 or 3 people, and then all of a sudden you hear back from all 3 of them. They want the same fucking date. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's why I'm asking. That's funny you said that, because that's why I asked. I just looked at my DMs and went, "Oh fuck! I just double booked the same day. I wonder if I could bump one to the 14th. That's a Wednesday. I better ask Smiley if he's got something going, so I don't double book again." Yeah, that's what happened.
That's the hard part of scheduling, like the 1 a month kind of thing like that. It's like, you almost got to hear back from a couple people, if, you know what I mean, if it works or not.
And you know you're getting old when it hurts to get up off a stool.
Yes.
Not when you're dropping some stool, when you're getting up off a stool.
Yeah, it sucks getting old. I've been noticing that too, man. Like the other day, I don't even know what I did. My wrist was just like aching for some, like, I don't even know, man. I'd like move it a certain way and be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Like, I don't even, I was like serious. I was like thinking I fucked some shit up in my hand or something. Yeah, it's gone now, but I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I went to like switch positions on the couch, you know, from my back to roll on my side. Friggin' just kind of rolled just like a 1/4 inch wrong, and it like my whole back went into spasm. I'm like, felt like one of those beached friggin' seals there on the beaches of Monterey, elephant seal.
That's exactly.
The lady tries to lay you, you're like, give it a couple days. All right, guys. Well, hey, I'm about to head out of here, so I'm getting tired.
Thanks for popping in, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Gus, it was a pleasure. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys too. Thanks for having me on, Eagle.
Anytime, man. You got the numbers for the wormhole. Don't be afraid to use them, my friend.
For sure, for sure. All right, guys. Later.
My most fucking feel old moment like that out of like random was right around, I think, let's see here, right around 28, I guess. And I was fucking cutting trees, and I fucking got that brain delay call. I was all up bright and early, ready to go to work. And I got that call, fucking, "It's raining. We're going to wait a couple hours, see what's going on." And I went, fuck yeah, because I've been fucking, had a long night. And I just kind of like like jump on the couch, you know what I mean? Just that kind of like throw yourself almost like in the laying position on the couch. And I don't know what it did. I fucked my neck up. I couldn't move. Like I was locked up like this for like fucking a week. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I did. I laid down. That's all I did. At that point, I was like, I'm getting fucking old already. Jeez.
Yeah. I've noticed that. So, working in restaurants, fine dining restaurants for 20 years, you don't necessarily find yourself doing a lot of physical labor, like manual labor. You do a lot of walking, but that's about it. So when I got done doing that and switched into commercial fishing, that was a big shock. That made me realize exactly how soft my body was, and then 7 years of doing that, fuck man, my body's aged like it's had to have aged 25 years in 7 years easily. Like I hurt in places I didn't know I had.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't want to change the subject, but that I had mentioned racing before. That was the car I raced, basically. Southern VT grower was talking about it too, but
What
so
what class is that? Is that like
it was called a Formula Indy, so that was kind of
like an Indy car? You raced Indy cars?
it wasn't like the Indy car, but they were definitely downscaled from it. So it had a snowmobile powered engine, but it was scaled after IndyCar, I guess, and it was all paved oval tracks. So that was from 2000.
That's cool, man.
So.
My cousin races out here in Maine.
Yeah,
he loves it.
What kind of car?
Stock car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I think
it's gonna be a riot, man.
I think he just likes to crash, is what it is.
Yeah, that wasn't too fun.
Yeah, man, you guys are crazy. You guys that race cars like that, fucking, that's insane. I mean, I don't mind going fast once in a while, but with everyone else right beside me going the same speed and like trying to get in front of me, that shit is fucking scary.
I don't know. It gets to be, I don't know, man. It's like, it's all relative. Like you get used to the speed and it's, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't seem insane fast, even though it is insane fast. It's hard to explain, but I don't know, your brain like slows it down. I don't know.
Oh,
like one of the fastest tracks we ever raced was Kalamazoo Speedway. And I mean, it was like an 11-second lap, right? And it was like a 3/8 mile track. So we're just fucking hauling ass the whole time. And it's a little ball, dude. It's a little bowl. I mean, and I remember like the first time ever on the track, hot lap session, it's banked nice. So, I mean, the car just kind of sucks you into going, like you just wind up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just fucking flying. And I remember coming in the pits just like afterward, taking my helmet off and just like playing it back in my head, like, holy fuck, that's fast. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, holy shit, that was a fast lap. But doing it, I didn't realize it. It's just, it was relative. You know what I mean? That happened a lot where I'd get out of the car and just, like an accident would happen or something in front of you and you'd be like, fuck, man, I just missed that by 2 inches or whatever. But it just happens when it's all relative like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like when I'm out on the boat, the boat's going like this. It doesn't seem like it because you get your bearings, like you do in a car with everyone else going with you that speed. But once I get back on land, if it's been a pretty rough day, my bearings are still going like this. And on land, I look like I'm drunk for about, I don't know, probably an hour. Kind of walking like, so yeah, it's relative. Those bearings, change when everything around you is similar.
That's so wild that you can just get used to that too. Like that's a wild, be on the water that long to where, the land. Because I think experience that, like the land legs or whatever they call that. Like,
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. Like you get home and you go in the shower and you're standing in the shower, but you're literally kind of like going back and forth just because you've been doing it all day long.
Doing that, right? Like your brain is what's doing it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the first time it happened to me, I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm tripping. I don't even know what's going on right now because no one told me about it. So
is there a way to stop it, or is it just something you gotta
you just get used to it.
get used to it more and more?
I mean, and I'm sure some people don't even experience it, but I'm very sensitive.
Do you get seasick then, or what?
No.
No.
Not a pussy.
I'm not a pussy. I got seasick. That has nothing to do with being a pussy. That shit gets you, man.
I'm just playing. Seasickness is like, man, I really feel bad for the people I've seen get seasick and for the people that get seasick, but because there's no stopping it, it like you're fucked.
Yeah, because you're on the roller coaster ride.
Yeah, like you don't stop rolling on the ocean. So
That's wild. I can't say I've ever been on the ocean like that.
not much of that out there in Michigan.
Well, we got Lake Michigan by us, which is, I mean, you can't see across it, so I mean, it's not an ocean, but it definitely.
A wise man once said, "Harbors and bays are for sportsmen."
Yeah, it's good, wise man.
I get fucking weird. It's like that. Big water fucking freaks me the fuck out, man. Seriously, man. I lose eyesight of that fucking land. It's weird because it's like the opposite of being like claustrophobic. You know what I mean? You're in the wide open. There's nothing holding you in, but there's just nowhere to fucking go. Something goes wrong. There's just fucking nowhere to go. I'm not being smothered. There's just fucking nowhere to go. I know I ain't making it to land. I'm fucking chum food if I fucking hang out here. I bug right the fuck out. I'm good as long as I can see some shore. But once that shore fades, I'm fucking, I get antsy like a motherfucker, man. I do not like that shit at all.
I love it. It's not for everyone, that's for sure, but it's a liberating experience. Makes you appreciate soil.
So is it like more of a solitude thing, or is it like you say were you born on an island? So do you think that being surrounded by water all the time relates directly to being out in the sea there? You're just like, I'm just used to being surrounded by water.
Well, yeah, I mean, perhaps I've never really given it that much thought, just because I've never had a problem with being on the water. Like, I mean, my family goes back fishing as long as we have been here, stealing the land. Like, my people were the first people to steal the land. Like, they came over on the Mayflower, so we've been doing some type of fishing ever since then. But so maybe it's in my blood. My family actually made the first America's Cups boats back when it first started, back in before it was the America's Cup, obviously. But so some sort of water stuff has always been in my family. So maybe it's just through that. Hey, Johnny, how's it going?
Hey, good, Cheddar Bob. You're killing me.
I'm sorry.
I fell out of my chair 3 times tonight, damn it.
Oh, man.
Bad you weren't on live.
I think I pulled a muscle in my back. I was laughing so hard.
It's a good thing you have that nice big bushy beard to land on.
Saved my chin. I almost hit the desk.
Yeah, see? Kind of bounce back up.
I gotta say, that did save my chin.
Yeah.
Awesome, Cheddar Bob.
Did
You're on a roll tonight.
Did I see Green 13 on here too?
He is. He's still setting up, I believe.
Big Green 13.
I had to come on here and smoke with y'all before the night was over. It was a
I don't
great
even know
show.
I think as long as I had some cannabis, you should be able to track me by satellite. Almost through the smoke signal, I would leave just from the non-stop. As soon as I left land and couldn't see it anymore, you should be able to track me from the fucking the smoke stack. I'm leaving and shit. Just,
Well, I can
fuck
I
it,
can
I
see
don't like
the,
this.
I can see the cannabis pheromones emitting from behind you.
Yeah.
The type of dog we've bought is the type of dog that likes to run away occasionally. It will get a scent of a deer and it will be off. So anyway, me and my wife are talking about this now because the dog's nose is starting to come in. And I said, you know what, babe? I need to start carrying an extra joint wherever we go. I don't mind if the dog runs off. I just don't want to have to go home and skin up a joint and come back and look for the dog, you know?
So it's running away a little bit, huh?
Not yet. We just know that's what's
Not
going to
yet?
happen.
What do you have, a husky?
No, we've got an Italian pointer, so it's a hound dog, and it want to chase its nose really.
We just got a Boston Terrier.
Oh,
Okay.
they'll go.
Yeah, they're cool little dogs. I'm more of a boxer guy. I've always had boxers, but you know,
It was on the list.
Boxer was on the list.
Yeah, it was because it's that
Yeah.
big, friendly, lovely family type of a dog, right?
They are. They're so fun. But Boston Terrier, I'm finding out, is really, really like just a small boxer. They're so fun and loving and like highly, highly intelligent. And then they stand there with their, you know, they're like, "What's up?" You know, that bow-legged, chest out kind of like boxer work dog sort of thing. They're like, but they're so small. They kind of like remind me of myself in a way. You know, I'm average height for a woman, but you know, it's like, you know, so my bark is big.
They're pretty high strung
Hey,
little dogs, aren't they? I think my buddy's got one of them Boston Terriers. That dog, man, he fucking jumps like 8 foot high, and the thing's like 8 inches tall, dude. Like he ain't
Yeah.
tall, but he just jumps like mad, and he'll sit there just boom, boom, boom. He won't stop at all. Won't stop. Like tug of war, he won't stop.
And they don't like you know how some dogs like on the videos when they do the wee, you know, when they jump and their legs like come up like this.
Okay.
Like they don't do that. They just jump and their legs hang down, so they look like these like weird little like spider things in midair, you know, like
You talk about when they jump like a lamb. My dog's incredible.
Yeah,
like she, from a standing start, she can be like, boing, I'm on the bed. It's like,
yeah.
Why did you make that much effort? You could have just stepped up there.
Yeah, totally agree with
I had a rat terrier that had that body structure, and that was the same thing, man. That dog was happy as hell, loved its home. But man, you open that door and it would just fucking shoo. You'd be like, you didn't even know what he was going after, man. He always came back, man. You just see him like fucking 5 minutes later in a whole nother direction. Shoo. You'd be like, what in the fuck is he chasing? You know, a half hour later, he'd come back. All but man, same thing. Had that like wide run. You know what I mean? To where it kind of looked like a spider fucking running at you. Oh, shit! Didn't break it though. Coffee cup. Didn't break.
It's a much stronger piece of glass. That's a good thing to know right there.
That's a good promotion right there.
That is a good promotion right there.
Damn.
I gotta win one of those.
So now you gotta like Photoshop it and do another one of it. Like, you know, when you knock it off, it looks like it's falling from the Empire State Building. And then like you gotta have Bingus do that. And so when it lands, you know.
Hey Eagle, the guy did the guy that put that on there, you could use that as a promotion for his cubs. Look how strong they're. You know.
I got to see that cat tomorrow, man. I'm gonna give him some props on that shit.
That's right.
Be like, yo, I chipped my floor with your fucking mug, man. You owe me some money.
That's a good one. Yeah. I got a chuck hole on my concrete floor.
Yeah.
So Smiley,
What's up?
if I put two different males that are flowering in with a female, that won't cause any issues. I mean, I know she's going to be a little worn out afterwards and everything, but there'll be no issues with that.
No, she's just a little trashy. That's it.
Okay. All right. So I was told that there's a possibility that you could
Doesn't
get
make her.
Hermes from that.
Hey,
He didn't even
that doesn't
flinch.
make
Did you
her
know it?
trashy.
He didn't even flinch. He was like, yeah, okay. Like, okay. Anyway, what you say? Right, okay.
What do you mean Hermes from that? Why would you get Hermes from having two males?
Well, I don't know. Somebody had mentioned that if you put more than one strain in with another plant, it could be
Well, I guess my thought
overpowering.
on it, Johnny, would be you wouldn't necessarily know what the next generation, like in that next generation, say you had two different males that you were using and that were from two different lines, and you had the one girl, when you go to pop them seeds, you don't know if it's going to be the cross that was with the one male. Or,
So
Yeah,
it would be an FA1 and an FA2.
yeah, it's like a who's your daddy kind of experience.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, you wouldn't really know the lineage. You'd have to grow it out and kind of see how they grew and all that. But I mean, that's the reason that.
Yeah, you don't know
not
who
wrong, it's
pollinated. It would be a whole cannabis Maury
Okay.
Povich show.
Oh, we don't want to go there.
I was going to say
But-
more cheddar, Bob. I believe there's an F1, there's S1, and there's what, a JS1, and that's what you're referring to.
Jerry
and that's
Springer
a
one?
Jerry Springer one.
Yeah.
That's
Love that.
I was
Jerry.
Maury always seemed more authentic and less like he paid the guests. He seemed more empathetic and like less pushy. Jerry was just looking for the goddamn fights.
Yes, he was provoking.
Maury wanted to heal people.
So on the other subject, if I put two of the same strain, two males of the same strain, in with one female,
Same thing.
a different one.
Same thing. You're going to get a wider expression of the genetics.
Okay.
That's okay. So here we go. Johnny, I bang your girlfriend and Smiley
No,
bangs your
I
girlfriend.
totally understand that. My brother and I, are
Banged your
different, even
girlfriend?
though we came from the same mother and everything. But no, I understand that. I just wanted to have a deeper understanding of what would happen if I did
Then-
something like. So
then
it's
that
just
would-
more
then that-
searching.
hits that.
Then that would be me banging your girlfriend.
But it,
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. Deeper
Gotcha.
understanding.
Right.
To answer your question, Johnny,
I just see this OG Kush sitting in a Jerry Springer's fucking seat, pollen sacks all over, going, I don't know what happened, Jerry. It's Doc. I don't know who the fucking father was.
A female haze going.
His last name was Barry.
Female haze going. Oh, he's such a stud.
But it was
It's
his
funny,
twin
isn't it?
brother.
'Cause-
How do you know?
You used to watch Jerry and think how low the world had got. But honestly, it wasn't anywhere near the bottom. It was nowhere near the bottom. Jerry Springer's like, that's daytime. That's just regular now. That can't even
Yeah,
get
that's-
viewers probably.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy until I had my first girlfriend after I moved out of the house.
And you lived it out right there in your living room.
Yeah, right.
Man.
I was like, holy shit, this stuff actually happens. Holy cow, people actually freak out about things like that.
Don't bring your girlfriend over here again. She's trouble.
Yeah.
Cheddar Bob, that was my first girlfriend after the divorce. It was like, holy fuck, I didn't know they came this fucking crazy.
Almost makes you want to go back to the ex. Like, okay, I know.
I get it.
Sorry. Yeah.
The
please.
universe showed me.
It definitely did, man. I will say that it kind of settled me down. I was like, all right, touche. I do realize I probably didn't have it as bad as I thought to begin with.
But you probably did.
But you probably did.
Well, no, but still no. But it wasn't as bad as.
Yeah.
It can get worse. You get a little wiser. You know?
Yeah. You're friends still, aren't you, Smiley?
Yeah.
Yeah, you grow your veg at her house. You've got to keep her sweet.
Yeah. No, it's just better that way.
Yeah.
It's just better. I don't know. I think
It's better for the kids.
at that point, you get like 5 years in and you're just kind of like, it's just easier not to fucking argue about everything. Like just know that we got to make it work and it's got to fucking still figure it out. So.
Sorry, what's that you're saying? I'm 30 years in and you're saying don't do what? I didn't understand. Don't argue?
Discuss.
Like stretching.
Yeah, we're good. I'm joking.
25, 30 years old, arguing is just like stretching, isn't it? This is starting the day. 1, 2, 3, let's get it out of the way and go.
All right, it's time for our argue sesh. Come on, baby, let's do it.
It's better looking than you, Bob. It's better looking than you, Bob.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn it.
Them avocados.
So I'm speaking of avocados in a jokingly manner there. Do the worms go as crazy for avocados as that girl in the Mexican avocados commercial? Fucking, have you seen those commercials, the avocado commercials, where the guy's sitting there with the fucking, it's basically a fucking t-shirt cannon and he's shooting them out. There's people like running for him. And then fucking there's he's sitting there talking to a lady. So like the trainer, and she's sitting there walking a dog, and he's fucking launching them out for all these fit people who are running off for him. And I gotta play it. I've gotta fucking play it. All right. So he shoots one off, and the guy takes off, and it cuts back to the guy shooting him. And this fucking lady's just running as crazy as shit after this avocado. So the question was, do worms go as crazy for avocados as this chick in the video or in the commercial?
Yeah,
I guess
I hear that worms go pretty crazy over avocados.
They kind of fangirl out on them.
They kind of fangirl out on them.
Almost as much as Cheddar Bob does. Almost as much as Cheddar Bob does.
The avocado thing, that's not really the greatest thing in the world.
I'm poking him and he's running to the bathroom. It's not even there. Yeah, the avocados work cool, man. They do.
Yeah, you don't need to be doing that really.
What?
Eat the avocado, give the worm something else. That's,
I like the avocado because it attracts them all together. That's the purpose I like for it. So anytime I was using it, it was under the mindset that I was multiplying my worms, not necessarily feeding the plant. But I knew avocado was a superfood and fed the soil. But yeah.
What did I miss?
I really do think though that they will just end up. Did you wash your hands? I think they'll end up making their own.
Shirt off now. Fucking avocados. He's like,
all right.
What? What I mean?
Here we go, guys.
Hats on. Who said what?
Fucking
like,
fight time. You wanted to see the disagreement, Cedric? Here we go.
I am
So,
saying
Smiley.
what the container will the worms will look after their own population. So even if you bring them all together and get them to mate, they'll just let the ones die or not have any more children until the container's correct anyway. So yeah.
Regulate.
So, Smiley, the question was, here's the commercial. I don't think I'll get in too much trouble for this. Do worms get as excited for avocados as this chick here? Oh, this isn't even the one.
Nice one, Janet.
Right here.
From Mexico? Oh yeah, they have good fats, they're healthy, and they're always in season. People will do anything for them. You ready, Glenn? Eyes up, hips up, Glenn.
Healthy and delicious.
You bet.
Watch her. Are worms that happy for avocados, or fucking is it just that lady, right?
No, it's just Cheddar Bob. Cheddar Bob's the only one that happy for him. That was what you missed,
Hey,
Cheddar
she-
Bob.
We go deep when
that
you're
shit-
not here, bro.
Cracks me up every
I see
time
what
I see
happens
it.
when I'm not around. It's
Yeah, we get
Yeah,
all
it
scientific,
gets-
mate.
Yeah, we start sliding sideways.
yeah. So I will say this about avocado. The avocado is simply a carrier for the process of minimal use of amendments, basically. That's it. You know, you don't have to use avocado. Some people call them bloodcados. They're controlled by the cartels. They push indigenous people off lands, blah, blah. You know, yes, some of that is true, but you know, my 9 avocados a year I use for avocado tech pale in those comparisons to the tons of sugar used in other organic practices. You know, so
No, but back to your statement about you can use less amendments. How does that work? How does the avocado help with that?
so it's more of a focal organic nutrient spike, if you will. It's making for, I guess you say, like a lazy root system, where the root system doesn't have to travel as far to find as much food. So whereas though I use like a tablespoon of craft blend per avocado, you know, to cover my entire bed with craft blend, I would use an exceptional amount more. So, you know, monetarily, it's also beneficial. So, does that make sense? I use less top dress than I would if I were to top dress the bed, and that's the only way I feed my beds is through the avocado tech.
But you still got less nutrient there. That's what
You still have one.
You would still have less nutrient there. That's all I'm not following.
Well, but I don't have
You
less
added a
nutrients
teaspoon in
because
one spot,
because-
or you added a teaspoon across the whole bed. You only have a teaspoon there, or a tablespoon, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just added less. I could add less to a top dress too.
Are you saying it's more available or some such?
am I saying it's more available?
Yeah.
I believe it is more available after the worms have passed it through their system.
I'm
I
just
always
saying there's
thought
a
that
certain nutrient load that the
keep-
soil needs for the plant to grow, right? And if,
I'm sorry, Smiley, I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Sorry, is my mic not working?
No, I just
No,
don't
it's
think it
too
was.
far away from your face.
Yeah, I don't think it was close enough.
There's a certain nutrient load that a plant needs to live and do its full functions. And that nutrient load doesn't change just because we put an avocado in there. That's what
No, absolutely, it does not. But what does change is the amendment mixture that you're mixing in. Now, yes, if you're only putting a tablespoon in, I guess there's only a tablespoon available. But as of yet, I haven't run into those not being available or enough of a product for the plant to react poorly. You know what I mean? I haven't I haven't had any deficiency issues. And so
you still would need to meet the nutrient load that the plant needs. So just saying that you add a tablespoon doesn't necessarily mean that you met the nutrient load of that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at.
well, I mean, so how do you measure
under putting it in one spot? You'd still have to have enough nutrient load there to be able to sustain the plant's life. You know what I mean?
And I guess a tablespoon is hitting that. I mean, I put more, I put other stuff. I put other stuff in it, you know, not just a craft blend, but
it would be the same though, whether you top dressed it or put it in an avocado, it wouldn't change. Just the amount would be the same, minus maybe the nutrients that are coming from the avocado, but the nutrient that you're putting in would have to be the same amount to sustain the plant. You can't just put less in because it's in an avocado. That's what I'm getting at. You would be
yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. Because I'm not top dressing the whole bed. And I understand your point about nutrient load. Like you need a certain amount. But over, you know, I don't think the plant necessarily uses everything that's in the avocado. You know, it takes what it needs when it needs it. That's the whole process of the living soil. So as long as you're reintroducing things through the avocado, you know, and you started off with a soil which has stuff in it anyways, you know, it's more of a subtle re-amending. You know, it's not just a blast. It's a steady build, a cumulative build, if you will.
Cheers, everybody. It's a 420. I always kind of thought the point behind the fucking avocado tech wasn't necessarily, holy fuck, wasn't necessarily the nutrients you were going to draw off of from the avocado, but it was more of like a worm breeding thing. You know, they were getting up under the avocado, sliming, gathering up, and rubbing against each other and making other worms. I thought that was the main benefit of the avocado tech, not necessarily, you know, the discharge into the castings.
Making that sweet slime together.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly a benefit. And you know, like this is all theoretical. You know, there's no science. Like this is something Blue worked off of Brian's sort of avocado thing and started adding amendments and playing around with different things. So the intention of it was to basically think of how a fruit tree drops its fruit, you know, and then that goes back into the soil and gives those nutrients that it took to grow that fruit kind of back into the soil. So that's where that it was originally supposed to be fruit drop theory. Blue happened to use an avocado and people took it and ran with it. So, you know, it's more about reintroducing the original building blocks of life into the soil, the microbes, the enzymes, the bacterias, the fungal cultures, all of that sort of stuff. It's not like a 1 point fertilization method. You know, it's like it's expansive.
Well, it seemed like then like an apple drop or more of a fruit drop theory like you're talking about would be more relying on, you know, more funguses and bacterias and whatnot, more of a rotting process versus, you know, a worm tech, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that, composting theory
into
the soil more or less.
Absolutely. And that was the intended purpose of it, was to try and cut out steps for this cannabis growing process in living soil. Because like Blue says, Blue and I don't want this growing to control our lives and control our schedule. You know, we want it to be able to almost do its own thing, everything it does right in this bed right here. So if we can take that step from feeding the worms in a worm casting bin and take that step out of it, put the worms in the bin and just compost inside the bin, then, you know, that's taking a step out of it. Now, if we can add in the specific nutrients per cycle that will be available when the plant wants it and needs it, you know, that's cutting another step out of continuously top dressing or adding in a bunch of different stuff a whole bunch of times. So
you're basically kind of saying that the avocado is basically a nutrient available, you know, to the plant as it just enters the soil, not much of a breakdown, kind of like a bunny shit would be, or a fucking something like that. It doesn't take much.
Nope.
It just, as soon as it gets in there, it's available.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying once it's broken down by the worms, it's a timing process. So like if you, for a pre-bloom pre-bloom pod, you would put that down about 2 weeks before you flip your plants, so that avocado has been broken down and the mixture of the avocado or whatever you've put in it, whether it be white bean paste or quinoa or tempeh or tofu or whatever you choose as the medium, in a couple weeks time, once you flip, those nutrients are and should be available to the plant. So, and again, this is all theoretical, you know, this is just something like we're playing with, you know, there's no recipe, there's no like written documents, there's no peer review science.
No, and I'm not arguing
Again,
that it works, dude. I think it works. I like avocado. I think they work for the function of attracting the worms. I don't think it works for all the other stuff that you're talking about. I just think that happens otherwise. And I don't think you get more miles per gallon, so to speak, out of the nutrients you put in because they were in an avocado. I don't think that's necessarily true either. You know?
No, and I guess maybe some miscommunication because so the avocado has it basically only adds in some magnesium, some potassium, amino acids, and carbs. You know,
avocado's a superfood. It adds
right, and so all of that stuff is available. That's why Blue used the avocado.
Right, yeah.
Because it has all those natural things in it that plants and microbes and the bacteria all crave, you know, that they break down and turn into food for the plant. So what he did was boost that more with the addition of amendments and whatever else you decide to put in there. It's not meant to feed the whole plant like everything it needs, if that makes sense. It's meant to just be there for a subsidy to help. Everything it does on the secondary, as far as worm population and micro breakdownage and populations and stuff like that, that's all a bonus.
So
I got a question for you, Cheddar.
You're just talking about composting on site, cold composting on site. It's as simple as that.
In container composting.
Yeah, and it's just an input. It's just nothing more than anything else you're sticking in there, really. So it doesn't need to be any harder or easier than that, I think.
Yeah.
I have noticed.
Sorry, Johnny.
Oh, that's okay. I blew it right out my head, man. I lost it.
Sorry, man.
There is something I did want to ask though, Cheddar Bob. Have you noticed, like, if you cut the avocado in half, is the seed portion important to that? Because I noticed when I just straight cut them in half, because I thought I'll get one avocado and I got individual pots. I'll put one in each pot. The pot that didn't have the seed in it, the worms didn't respond to it hardly at all. The pot that had the seed in it was the game on usual thing I expected to see. And I don't know if you noticed.
So I haven't used the seed in mine, and I haven't run across any problems with worms not being attracted to it. Okay. I do know that Blue will actually sometimes like chop up the seed and reintroduce it into the mix because it's full of those enzymes and all that kind of stuff. Sort of like making a ferment out of acorns, you know. It's that's, you know, basically what we're doing is just reintroducing the building blocks that the tree gave to the earth. You know,
Okay.
that's
Cheddar Bob, I got another question that just came up in my head just now. You said acorns. If
Yeah.
a person has an acorn tree and it drops a lot of acorns.
You mean a maple tree? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So anyways, you're trying to throw me off again, damn it. Stop that. All right. So
if it drops,
okay.
yeah.
All right. So what can you do with all that fruit? Can you utilize that for your plants?
I mean, yes.
What's the
Yes.
best way to break it down to be used?
I would say
Put it
crushing.
in a chipper or
No, I would say any sort of like maybe soak them and then chop them up or put them in a blender or something, a Cuisinart or something like that, a Robocoo, and then soak them and make a ferment out of them. But
okay.
Well,
I'm not a
actually,
KNF guy.
that's the quickest way. The best way is to butt out and let nature do it. But the quickest way might be to grind it down.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't remove those from the land, it ends up being a bunch of other trees eventually.
Right.
So you got to get rid of them.
So there was this gentleman, I can't remember his name, on the Future Cannabis Project, and he was talking about using acorns the nice green ones that had just fallen, the nice fresh ones, because those are ones that hold those hormones and enzymes and stuff that are really important for the building blocks of life for the tree and the seed itself. So that's when you want to get them, and they're not necessarily, they don't have that super hard shell, you know, they have that softer green shell. So those are the ones that you want, not the older super hard ones. But again, I'm not a KNF guy. I don't do ferments. I don't do OHNs and stuff like that. I'm not a schedule guy. That's not how I grow. I'm an intuitive grower that, you know, makes lots of mistakes and has success sometimes.
Yeah, I told him I think you ought to just crush them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, anything you can do to get that sort of that inside film out, inside the skin, you know, to get that to release any of its sort of stuff. Yeah.
And then soak them to ferment, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
Or you know, I think the guy even said that he mixes them, he makes like a powder or a paste or something like that. And
he dehydrates them.
I don't quite remember. You'd have to go back and Hash Bro or something like that. I can't remember the guy's name. But yeah, he was doing cool things and he was like, yeah, man, I'll just walk through nature and pick stuff up that is like freshly new growth, collect a whole bunch of it and make a ferment out of it, you know? So he was talking about acorns and grasses and different herbs and stuff like that. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that sounds like berry.
Chocolate and caramel and black coffee should almost be illegal.
Especially
almost.
Sounds good, man.
What time is it? Like 3:30 in the morning there?
4:30. 4:30.
Whoa.
What's on your work schedule, legal?
That means it's 5:30 here. Holy shit.
I told him I'm gonna be there about 11. Go ahead and get shit set up.
Kind of love that.
Our clock's
That's
just
for real
changed,
too.
so I get an hour more of the show now. We've gone to British summertime.
Yeah, so the whole avocado tech thing, like Blue explains it far better than I do. I'm not an explanation guy. I'm an idea guy. If you ask me to explain something, I'm gonna fuck it up and make you think I'm stupid, you know. But Blue's the guy that can tell you all of this stuff about avocado tech. And
Okay, I got my question back again.
I'll jump on and live with them or something.
When
So,
you're
Johnny-
talking about the avocado tech and you put the other stuff within it, I'm not going to let you do that. And then when you mix that shit up and you get it smooth, right? You smooth it up. Is that what you guys do? Paste it?
Yep.
Okay. Does that actually act as a vehicle for them to consume it quicker?
I would assume so. I mean,
Because it's all
Is it
mixed
just me?
together.
Just surface area means the enzymes and the worms and all that. Just surface area. I guess so, yeah, would be the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, also, they're partly doing it just so they can mix the avocado with the nutrient stuff.
Yeah, but I would think that it would all
it
get
will.
mixed together quicker. You know, it just seems like a good vehicle. That's what I'm thinking.
It
You know,
is a
as
good
far as-
vehicle. And you know what?
Yeah.
Don't for those people who think avocados are destroying the world. Don't Blue actually isn't using avocados anymore. He's using just the shells. He's collecting them after his family eats them and from friends, and he's filling them with things like white bean paste and tempeh, because tempeh is like high in soy, which is, you know, good for phosphorus and stuff like that. So there's tons of other vehicles that are superfoods and stuff like that you can use if you're worried about avocados destroying the world. So
soy is great
Nah,
for uptake.
yeah, it is. It's absolutely fantastic. Biofos, you know, anything with soy in it, pound it to it for before you flip and through flour up until like week 5 or 6. Pound it.
Doesn't soy, if you feed a lot of soy to your plant, won't that cause it to herm?
I haven't had any issues with that.
That's a joke.
I
Man.
know it'll grow it'll grow tits
Ooh, I only just got it. Oh, it was way slow. Yeah.
because it has so much estrogen in it.
I'm sorry, that was pretty deep.
I won't explain it.
That was a little deeper than it should have been. Sorry. Well, it is the wormhole, you know.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm back using loads of non-GM soy.
Did we lose
It's
Smiley?
It's expensive.
No, I'm here. What's
No.
up?
Oh,
Did I just-
you were replayed. There you are.
He sometimes gets real still. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a friend called Happy, and obviously we've got Smiley. My wife said to me, she said, "It's a lot of pressure, isn't it?" And it's like Smiley just smiles all the time. It's clearly no pressure, but it is really. And if you call Happy, like, fucking cheer up, Happy. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's with the frown? Happy?
But it's the same with Smiley. As she said, it's a lot of pressure. It's good pressure, though. Good pressure.
Ready to hit hot fire someone always on me. It's like, smile, smile, smile.
I've noticed Smiley does have somewhat of a poker face, though. I've noticed a tell in Smiley's cannabis poker face.
It's
if you will.
It's the goatee. It hides his bottom lip.
Yeah.
No. Because you could tell Smiley from. I've got a question to ask Smiley. Because I got a question to ask Smiley. You can tell the Smiley goes kind of serious. It's still Smiley. Edges are up, but there's that drag off the joint that says, "I've got a question." You can tell by that draw.
That actual "I've got a question" isn't even "I've got a question." It's more like, "I'm not buying what you're saying."
Yeah, that's a better read of that look.
Yeah, it's like
You're gonna have to
That's it
explain
right
that
there.
further.
Let me take a layer off this
personally
onion
it
here.
there.
Yeah, let me take a layer off that onion.
it's like I'm just gonna let you make yourself look stupid.
No, not at all, man.
No.
I just want to I just like to understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not out trying to make people look stupid or nothing.
No, I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing.
It's just, yeah. I mean, it's just like so many things just get said about certain, like humic acids, for example. I'm just gonna use that as a topic because it was brought up on the last.
Why you picking on humic acid, man?
I'm not
go
picking
ahead.
on it, but I'm just saying, like, people will say something about it, not realizing that humic acids are not one particular thing. They're fractions of things, and then depending on how you get it is depending on what molecular weight you got and how they fractioned it off and what pH it was fractioned off. So it's not just like, I don't know.
It's not just one
humic acid and it's gonna work like this magic that we got going on or whatever. You know what I mean? There's such a variable to it that it's not all consistent. It's not like a consistent thing. That's kind of been my understanding of it, I guess. So there's the black stuff is not necessarily what you want exactly. It should be kind of a brownish color. The more I've learned about it in the water, and that's a way to tell if it's actually going to be a more soluble kind of thing. But the point was, like, we just breeze by with all these benefits, right? Like fucking recharge, for example. I'm not trying to say, but you get my point. Recharge. Everybody's got these magical fucking things they say that recharge does. It doesn't do half the fucking magical shit that everybody says it does. And it's like, I don't
advertising.
Why all these things get perpetuated. That's my whole thing. Like, why do we got to perpetuate the stupidity? Why do we got to tell new growers just add fucking recharge? Like, that's
most of it's sugar.
Like, that blows my fucking mind half the time. Yeah, it's like, don't add fucking recharge once a week. That's not what you fucking do. Like, that's not a living soil. That's not a fucking, I don't know. Sorry, but that's what gets me about some of that shit. Like, let's peel it back a little bit and let's explain why. You know what I mean? What in recharge fucking works? Why do I want to add recharge? And then when you peel that back a little more, you realize, well, fuck, it's just this and this. It's sugar water. Like,
why is it working?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's kelp and sugar water. Like, what do I fucking, and then you start realizing more about it. And you're like, well, fuck, it don't even have half the biology that I need for a living soil. It doesn't even have a 1/1000th of a millionth of the fucking biology. And I've heard people be like, oh, I add recharge once a week. I got a living soil. And it's like, dude, you don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of like you just go, oh, stop it, Scotty. Stop it, please. Like, stop the stupidity.
So it's sort of that old saying,
Yeah, but it's like,
it's that old saying, give a man a fish, give him the answer, and he's just going to have the answer. If you teach him how to fish, if you teach him why it's the answer, his knowledge grows, and now he can take that and play with it, switch it, mold it, use it to adapt to his sort of stuff,
Compost and recharge have nothing to do with each other. Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm responding to chat. That's like totally opposite. Sorry.
I know. I was like, whoa, am I tripping? Did I say something about compost? Holy shit.
Sorry.
No, chat is full of humic, and chat is rolling.
In the instance of like recharge, they sell it with like the shit on the label. It's gonna fix everything. But like in the case of recharge and microbes and stuff, the sugars are there to recharge the microbes, but don't the microbes necessarily have to be there and somewhat healthy for them to recharge with the sugar boost and the rest of the shit that's in there? You know what I mean? You can't necessarily, because the sugars are in there and the kelp's in there, necessarily mean it's going to be bam, you know what I mean, readily uptakeable. You got to have somewhat of a working system in there to begin with for it to be, recharged, right?
Honestly, it's a biostimulant. To be totally blunt and honest, it's a fucking biostimulant that you're adding to the soil. All you're doing is stimulating whatever biology's there. And I don't know how else to explain it. You can do the same fucking thing with molasses yourself for a lot cheaper.
You can a lot cheaper and a lot more local.
And you can try to
unsulfured.
do it if you want. I get it. That's cool. DGC all the way, whatever. But it's not this fucking compost. And I'm not going to be lying. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it is. And other people will lie to you and tell you that it is. It is not the same as quality compost. Not even close.
Man, I
Quality
wish I could see
compost.
chat.
Good
I don't
stuff.
know. I didn't mean to be blunt, but it's like
No, it's
it
the
is.
absolute fact, and actually quite a lot of the products toted. I mean, look,
Yeah. And I like Scotty. I like all them guys. I like that they do the show, and I'm not trying to diss any of that, but I'm just saying it's not all the shit that people have told it to be. It's just not. And peeling stuff back is good. Like, that's why we learn, right? Like, I'm not trying to sell my product. I'm trying to just fucking get down to the truth, right? Like, why? So I'm not really advocating for this or that. I'm not saying don't get it. And there are, I have a bag of fucking recharge. I have a bag. You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't, right? Like, I don't know.
I have a bag of recharge that I've used once in a year.
I haven't used it in 6 months. My plants are healthier than they've ever been. So I don't know. Some of that shit you just kind of like you say, I don't know. Have you ever tried your same amendments, Cheddar Bob, without the avocado?
This run I am actually. I actually, for the first time in 3.5 years, just top dressed this bed here. And I'm not going to run avocado tech in it just to see what differences there are.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then in a new bed, like there's, in a new bed, there's no reason to run avocado tech. There's no, because it's redundancy. You're just adding in things that are already there and bountiful for the plant to be uptaking anyways. So it's like a waste basically.
I don't feel like it's a waste. I subscribe to what you're saying.
I know. I think
you're banking. Let's call it banking. It's a bit millionaire bed, a bit millionaire soil. Let's bank some for later. The plant can have it when it needs it.
Yeah. It's a waste of money.
I want to say, isn't there a law of return of like 40% or something? I'm trying to think in my head of what that is.
Well, that's the worm castings thing, isn't it?
Well, I'm just thinking like when you're trying to re-amend, I'm in the same boat, man. Like I've found after 2 runs, the 3rd run is when I start seeing shit get wonky in the soil. If I'm not addressing it, and that's even me trying to top dress, you know what I mean? It's just, you're guessing when you top dress, you don't know what the plants took. And there's a lot of guys that say that. I just came to this realization because I had wonky issues. I had my soil tested, shit's way out the fucking lunch. The recommendations I got to get it back in line are way the fuck different than what I would have personally been doing. So like my brain just went fucking blues on what works and what shouldn't and what should be, you know what I mean? As far as like, it's a whole different ball game from when you're building a soil and running it once and reusing it to if you're going to try to perpetually reuse that. And I think that's where, it gets really difficult once you get up into the numerous amount of runs, unless you're really trying to be proactive at what you're actually adding and top dressing. You're going to run into certain imbalances, is my opinion of it, but I don't know.
I just ran run 3. I've just started run 4, and it's almost like I rebuilt the bed. I'm talking about there was 6-inch drop in the amount of carbon that's gone out of it. It's absolutely shocking. And it's like you said, I feel like I was re-amending it. I was neglecting the shit out of it. I've just piled stuff back in there now. I'm now confident and I'm seeing the best results ever. But honestly, it was shocking that those 3 runs really bled that thing dry. It felt nutritionless. So, I've had to go pretty mad.
Yeah, I'm
on. The soil didn't feel good, you said? Is that what you were saying?
The results I was getting, the plants were not getting the nutrition they needed. Yeah. I wasn't getting the results with the flower. It had dropped significantly from run 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you now.
Yeah, I'm on run.
It's
This is either 10 or 11. This is the first time I've re-amended. I haven't seen a significant drop off on quality of flower, but then again, I also run different cultivars, so I don't run the same thing back to back to back to back. So,
How many avocados do you add every run?
So I do it 3 times a cycle, once in veg, once in pre-bloom, and once in flower.
So you're on your 12th cycle, so that's 36 avocados you put in there, and you just said you didn't re-amend at all.
In 3.5 years.
Right, but that's still like 36 times you mix the avocado. That's a re-amend. That's what I'm getting at.
Top dressing re-amend. A true re-amend. You know, covering, layering, covering with compost, mulch, blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
it seems to have sustained the soil well enough to feed the plants through 10, 11 cycles.
Yeah.
So, Smiley, there, if you're going through, if you're planning on a bed, long-term planning of a use of a bed, can't you, start off with making sure you've got, a good amount of, like, say, rock dust, shit like that will break down eventually into your micronutrients and shit like that. And anything on top of that, it's basically, you're right, we've learned throughout history, crops can deplete, multiple runs, that's what we've learned through crop rotation and farming. You know what I mean? One's going to fucking deplete the soil. One, you got to mix up and put something else there that doesn't, it helps balance things out. But in cannabis, we've got a basic idea of the things that it takes, and can we put back with that, necessarily with, cover crops, shit like that, clovers, nitrogens, put things back that way long term, you know what I mean? Because it's pulling back as it's giving in that situation, and it seems like a more natural way to keep things in check, while underneath for the macronutrients, you've got the bacteria and fungi breaking down whatever rocks are available in the soil, providing macronutrients and shit like that for long-term shit. I mean, seems like it would be somewhat easy to sustain without, keep amending and mending, adding and adding, just without, using nature's structure, I'm just guessing.
I would say possible, but it depends. So like Cheddar Bob's talking in a bed, I'm talking in a number 15 pot. You know what I mean? So like I would have 4 pots where he's got one basically. So I mean, it's a total different scenario there too. I'm not shared root zone. There's a lot more things you can do in a bed carrying a cover crop. I mean, for example, like what I'm saying, basically, Joshua Steensland's trying to prove wrong. So, I mean, as far as debate goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's what, through his second, he's into his second one right now, since he's kind of said he's not gonna, I mean, he's bringing compost back in. So it's not like he's not re-amending or not doing anything, but yeah.
He's doing minimal, absolute minimal. He's trying to do everything in container.
Well, yeah, and he's trying to use the, like, anytime he's removing from the plant, he's composting that, and
yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't know. He's got a beautiful garden, man. It's hard to say, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
He does have a beautiful garden.
But is it
there is a thing here that we don't discuss that much, and that is really how hard you're pushing your environment and how much you require from your, we'll have a different thing which says that we're happy with our crop. And I'm not saying, look, my shit gets pushed fucking hard on the limit non-stop, and I'm not that surprised that I've drained the soil out. I'm happy to re-amend it. It's all been a learning process. My shit is pushed hard all the time. So the plants
What's
are
funny
asked
is
to
that-
transpire and
Is the difference there? I mean, seriously, between is it organics and living organics in this instance? So, you know, as far as lifespan of the organics, I mean, and again, is it that is, you know, basically you're trying to scale it down to a smaller pot versus would it be more beneficial for you to say fuck these 4 pots under this light and go up to like a fucking 250 gallon smart pot, you know what I mean? Like a 5x5, and then stop, you know, pulling things out and amending, but just cutting things off and letting things go and, you know, putting back that way. I mean, then again, with the cover crops and bullshit like that, you know,
Yep.
is it a
Yep.
self-feeding system at that point?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, man. I mean, those 15-gallon pots are fucking incredibly hard to keep your microbe life consistent. You know, and you're gonna obviously deplete your soil a lot faster than I am with 175 gallons of soil. You know, so maybe that's why I can get away with adding, you know, just a little bit of stuff to my avocado tech, because I already have so much organic matter there and being reintroduced, because I do the same thing as Josh. I do put all my mulch back in, I leave my roots, I do all that stuff. So it's a very symbiotic circle, you know. Whereas
you're limiting what you're removing from it that way. You know
what's that?
You're limiting the amount that you're removing from the bed that way. So like all the material you're cutting off, you're returning back to the bed. So the only thing you're really removing from it is what you've harvested as your flower or the stem.
And thus we return to the fruit drop theory.
Because you're only taking the fruit.
But it's this, yeah. I
Right,
mean,
but you don't get
it
all
is
the
the
fruit.
standard no-till thing, right? It's
There
drop
you go.
drop and chop.
Chop and drop.
Yeah. And when
Chop and drop.
you're amending, you're flipping and exposing the microbes and killing off a lot of shit. You're putting back, but you're starting over in the same process. Am I not right? And you know what I mean? And that seems like there's a lot of delay there. You've killed off a lot of your microbes, all the shit that's working. You've amended. Now you're like, okay, everybody, break. You know what I mean? Fucking put water on it and everybody starts over, to where in the living system there, the big bed never stops. It's always turning and it's always working.
There's when this guy's taking a break, this guy's working, you know, like it
never stops though. I mean, the only thing I don't carry a thick cover crop, but I think it still comes back to what biomass are you removing from the system. You know what I mean? And that's your nutrients that you're pulling out of that system, that nutrient pool. Yes, whatever vegetation grew, you're putting it back to the soil, you're putting it back into that system. So, you know, in a way, you're returning those. So that's the law of return. And it comes back to that law of return, I think, always. Because if you're going to if you're pulling a plant, you're removing whatever nutrients came up out of that soil to grow that, right? Like, that's the law of return. And I think what they're saying is that if you return up to at least 40%, you should be able to sustain that soil. And that's what I think agricultural they look at too, is leaving like 40% of what biomass was grown gets returned back to the system. You harvest 60%, and that may be where that balance is staying. If you're returning all the stuff you're cutting off, you're only pulling the flower, you know what I'm saying? That's your 60% harvest, and you're returning back that 40%. You should stay in that law of return, and you should be in balance for extended time. Yeah.
Laws are meant to be broken.
That one can't be though. It's like one of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know, man. It's got to be.
I mean, that's the whole thing about science and stuff. Like, true science only disproves. You know, it doesn't prove anything. So laws and stuff like that are all theories for our eventual intelligence. those laws are going to be proven.
It's a theory, but it has been proven though, like that if you keep removing from a system, you're going to deplete that system. I mean, if you had a cup of water and I kept taking water out of it, it's going to get empty at some point or be really low.
What if it rains?
Well, then you're adding back to the system.
But that's part of the system, right? Rain, evaporation, water in a cup.
I guess.
I almost think it's kind of like the alcohol example somebody used the other day. I never really thought about alcohol being able to lose its, chemical ability. You know what I mean? Being able to actually deplete itself to be able to, wash or clean the surface. And there was somebody on the other day that was like, hell yeah, you can fucking reuse alcohol and it'll get to a point to where it will no longer pull off anything. You know what I mean? It'll just get depleted. And that's kind of the same thing with a fucking thing of soil. Eventually you can reuse and reuse and reuse. It's going to deplete itself sooner or later. I mean, I would think, or just get exhausted from overuse. If you, even at that though, I mean, it, like you stated in the beginning, at what rate are you plating this and building up on that? I mean, 40% of what? 40% of everything, 40% of everything, 40% of everything, 40% of everything. Eventually, something's going to fucking stack up. The plant's not taking it all in equal balance all the time.
No, I
Right.
get. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's interesting, man. It'll be interesting to see, But
I love the wormhole.
Like whatever.
But it's super interesting that we're seeing slightly different things, because I think what we're seeing is that Smiley and I are saying, actually, you got to put quite a lot back in, and Cheddar Bob's saying, well, I've run a long time and I'm not really putting that much back in, and so it's kind of, for sure, it has hit me like a fucking spade in the face. It is like, you need to put more in, a lot more in. So yeah, it's cute.
But you return a lot back to the soil too, though, don't you, Green 13? Like when you're leaf strips?
I do. Yep. All leaves. I've stopped putting stalks in, if I'm honest, because I wasn't breaking them down far enough, and it's just turning into a bit of a mess to deal with that I have to keep removing to put amendments in. So less with stalks. But I then sometimes put, I put a lot of cover crop in, and I put sometimes some wood shavings, all sorts of things have been in and out. So yes, there is carbon going back in, but I mean, I'm now putting big bales of worm castings or worm composting. I've just put a lot in, like 100 liters in some of the beds. Sorry, liters. But yeah, chunks.
Trying to add that.
Two
40
bags
gallons.
full. 40
gallons.
40
100 liters is about 40 gallons.
Yeah,
you
man.
guys just said organics back like fucking 3 steps. My opinion.
Yeah.
Over here.
What was that thing I saw? For the British people were like, the only people in America, in North America, that know the metric system are drug dealers. Yeah.
I just want to say this too, that the nice greasy buds I fucking posted today were completely cocoa and salt. Trichome covered. There wasn't even room to see green under the buds. Straight cocoa and salts.
I did assume that was the case. I did assume, because you hadn't said. It was like, this is a cocoa run. But anyway, who's knocking that? No one was ever knocking that, dude. It's just...
I know what I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying here, listening to this argument and stuff. Like I said, you guys
discussion.
Kind of just set it back a little bit. Thinking, man, I'm
although Cheddar Bob did take his shirt off when we started. He was like, all right, avocado tech, what the fuck? Bring it.
I'm not bare chested yet, boys. Not bare chested yet. I'll take you over to the punching bag too, you know.
Right.
I saw Eagles heavy bag set up behind him all those shows, and I was like, God damn it, I'm setting mine up too. I was gonna set it up in back there so it looked all cool, like I actually worked out on it and stuff.
Well, I like to hit it. Don't think that thing doesn't get fucking punched. You'd be wrong to think that. You'd be absolutely wrong to think that shit about it. For sure.
No, that's just me. My hands are, they're soft,
Sensitive.
delicate,
Oh, you're sensitive.
Mine are.
like the guy from Zoolander, you know, the hand model.
That was funny. I was teasing Chad Westport at his first video, and he was doing the transplant one, and all you could see was like his hands, and I was like, Chad's the aspiring hand model. Then the next video, he had to be in it the next time. Did you notice that? It was like the whole Chad. It wasn't just his hands. The next
the whole Chad.
We got to see the glory of his hair.
We didn't have a hanging Chad in there, right?
Right.
Dude, him and Huncho the other day, I was like, wow. That Huncho has some beautiful hair too.
Yeah, he'd be Tuesday. He's Tuesday. Don't spoil it, I guess.
Okay.
Who was that video, Smiley?
I'll save my commentary then for the chat room for Huncho.
Should I come on with the fucking big old Fabio wig?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh my God.
Green
Dude,
13.
you should
channel.
You should
What
totally
Face hurt.
go downtown and get like the best long weave. Like, oh my God, that would be awesome.
Dread.
He showed up with better hair than Honcho to his thing and just played it totally normal.
Because I've never seen him. I've never seen Hacho. So
Well, he's seen you.
well, he would know that I don't have dreadlocks and long dreadlocks or Fabio hair.
Oh,
Yeah, but
man, that's so funny. That is so funny. Oh, man.
Get a wig though. To come on.
Oh man.
Like I was telling Gus earlier, man, I'm telling you, once you have this fucking look right here, hair just looks fucking weird on your head. You cannot recover from this. Even if I were like tomorrow to show up with a fucking just a normal hairdo, you guys would for a year would look at me like,
who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, I'm just picturing.
Ain't right.
I'm picturing Eagle with like long flowing hair with like a widow's peak, you know, like Johnny Tremaine style. Just like it's like, he just shaved his head because it was like too much to take care of. He got way too many compliments on his hair. He was just like, "Fuck this shit, I'm done."
Have you guys watched the program Billions? Like, there's a lawyer on it. There's the lawyer for the program, and look, the dude is such a good character in the first series, and then he shaves his beard off, and he just looks like a child, and you can't take him seriously for the other like 4 series. It's like there's that dude who shaved his beard off. He looks like a complete twat, and it's like why doesn't someone tell him, dude, grow that shit back? I can't take you seriously.
That's like the guy from Schitt's Creek.
Like me, if I shave mine all off, it's bad enough now.
Yeah,
Coming soon. Summer's coming, man. I need to get brown.
I look like a child hobbit if I shave.
You're not gonna keep it going, Green 13? Not gonna get the 2-3 year one going?
I can do this quick though, right? This came in no time, so we'll do it again next year.
We've done this earlier.
Damn, look at that.
See how different this is? Can you imagine now me with a full head of hair?
Right,
is there a fucking
one? I don't think you can get
Where's
used
the
to
music?
Oh,
The moustache I can do, man. Put some hair on, dude.
Where's your black van, dude?
Exactly.
Oh my god. Now you look like a cop.
Yeah,
What
you
do you
need some
mean?
mirrored shades, dude. Mirrored shades.
I do like it. Do kind of look like a 70s cop.
Yeah, put those aviator glasses on.
Yeah.
I wonder, let's see if they've got some. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, they got them. You had some on one time.
You look like Jim Dangle without hair.
I don't think I could stack them too. Oh, they don't have like aviators, I don't think. Ooh, hold on. They got something close. Where'd they go?
I believe that's what they call Reaper stash. Now it definitely is.
Blue velvet.
Oh
It
man.
is 5 o'clock. Fucking A.
5 o'clock where?
Everywhere.
No, it's not. It was 5 o'clock then here. Where you guys are in Michigan? Well, let's
2:10 here on the West Coast.
go see what. Oh, no, it's not 6 o'clock here. The sun's not up yet.
Might have to pop out though. Shit. I didn't realize it was that late.
There they are.
Get all
Yeah.
emotional talking about shit.
Go
What are those
totally
called?
70s, 60s. Goatee. Overglass.
Those don't look good.
Put your French Pierre hat on now.
They're all like lopsided. Every time you turn, they don't. The glasses don't work as good. The mustache, for whatever reason, man, that thing looks real.
Yeah.
You can pull that off as long as you're not like looking at glitch.
Yeah. Which one? This one? This one?
We need
This
the dreadlocks one. The filter with the dreadlocks. And then does somebody know how
I
to?
still like the mustache.
And we need somebody to screenshot that
I
shit.
feel like I could be on chips or something. Motorcycle cop. That's the look right there. Motorcycle, 70s motorcycle cop.
Chips. Fucking hell.
Terminator.
It is totally chips.
Tom Selleck.
Those were the days, man.
Dude, Magnum
I
PI.
mean,
Magnum PI. Nothing like it.
it was more charming television for sure. Right, I'm starting it. I'm getting out of here. Love, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thing, man.
Great 13.
I'm right behind them.
I'm keeping the stash for the shout out.
Ego.
Yep.
Funny Candace.
Yep.
Chat.
Gonna do the same. Smiley.
Yeah. Peace, guys. Sorry for yelling at everybody.
Okay. Yeah, stop yelling, man. Jerk. Yeah. Anyway, Eagle, always the best time, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. That was a great show tonight. Great mustache. Really
Thank
like
you.
that mustache, man. That is nice.
Just grew
like
on me.
that. Yeah. Cheddar Bob,
Johnny,
you
I
take
ain't
care, brother.
leaving shit. Eagle's gonna have to kick my ass out. I just playing. I'm gonna head
You
out.
hobbit.
Yeah, right.
Got the bouncer stash on and everything, Bob. Don't
Yeah.
make me do it.
Don't make me do it. Don't
All
make
right,
me
guys. Peace and love always.
See you, Johnny. All right, I'm gonna head out too. Eagle, a pleasure. Again, happy belated birthday on the show. It's always fun.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for popping in, man.
And I'm gonna go back through chat and see who's talking shit to me. So
you got that kind of time? No,
I got all the time in the world, man. All the time in the world. Have a good night.
You're wasting your time. There ain't nothing in there, Bob. Have a good one. Cheers, my friend. That does it. 358.5. Let me get my shout outs list right here. Right here. Oh, man. The fucking mystic background and the fucking mustache there, it's tripping me out a little bit, to be honest with you. James Butterson, cheers to you. Everybody else that's hanging out, Top 4 Genetics. Gray Sun Grown 207. That's a new one. Cheers to you. Welcome to the show. I put you on the shout outs list because you're a new name and you're participating in chat. Thank you so much for checking out the show. All right, it is that time for the shout outs. Later Hydro Daily. There's another fucking new name. Cheers. Thank you for checking out the show too. You're gonna miss your shout out. With that being said, let's get to the shout outs. Let's see what I can find up here for some music that ain't gonna get me in too much copyright trouble. I think it's funny. YouTube thinks I'm so shallow. Every time I bring up my YouTube, it shows me I'm on. Hey, you might care that you're on the air right now. I think that's fucking hilarious. All right, got some music going. Probably gonna throw me a commercial first. What happened to the music? There it is. Oh, it's paused. Or what? What's going on here? Oh, it's a commercial. Skip ad. Bring up chat. Sorry for the quietness there, John. Stash out. You don't like the stash? I think it's funny. I honestly, seriously, could you picture me with hair now after seeing the stash? It just doesn't even work. Just doesn't even work. Got a little beards and harmony there. Let's see if the just run over my joint. There it goes. See if the stash can keep up with the shout outs list. You're listening to Beards of Harmony. Beard of Harmony, right into fucking good ass cover song by Tool. From Tool. Of Tool. There we go. Of Tool. Here we go. Excuse me. Let me tell you. So cool, Mama D's House of Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, and Christina MG89, Unplugged 705, Medical McGullicuddy, tongue tied already. Rick T, the Rebel, the 9G207, Fabian Salinas, Dave's not here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T-Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi, Grows, Mother Nature, not a good start, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Good Earth, Songman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Mike Wallace, Mole Vision 420, Cat Daddy, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco Don Slug, Brick S, In the Bushes 827, James Siemens, Kevin Hahn, World Slap Home, Pets Fan, Biominter, Dirt Road Dude, Kanashiba, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dab, Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone, 710 Canuck, Canada Queen, Genetics, Stabby, Tanazi, Fumador, Dirtman, Dan, Keith of Black Sails, Mr. Bocillus, Zen Premium Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jeff, Soil Root, Small Tubes, Tyler, Frosty Buds, North Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Dub T. Roy, Big Jar Grows, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal Weedner, John, Last PPJ 15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grows, T1 Productions, Zank Grower, who suggested this song, DOA Grown Meds, Miss Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Cannon Seeds, Nutrient Shootout, Snotty Nicky, Solian Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth. Man, we do need to do that episode, brothers. Clover 420, High Spy, Aldridge 25, Miss Madam T, Stu Moo, Mo Grower, The Cannon Crate, Loki Grows, Cast, This Guy, 79, Burton, and fucked that all up. Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws 30, 31, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Connection, Wolverine Grow, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, Blade, Wayback Farmer, D Block, MMP, Nations Creations, Amber Lalana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sticky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Manawani G3, The Green Click, J&K, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkley, Brittany and Tyler Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, P2 Crazy for You, BGWG 420, Dr. Bugswell, Purple Thumb OG, Anthro Sensibilia, Anthro, Just a Face 420, Beast Coast Grower 420, Sir Hal, Trey Malone, Keep It Real, Hagerton 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT Double D Girls, Bingus, Green Cup, Puffin Man, Alex Boykachev, Chef Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Reels 100, 212, Andy Marion, Miranda Family, Farms, Page Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, New Sailbot Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Green, Mary Jane's Medgard, Dreamer 77 Double D, Bed Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 664, Spaniard, Kruger Jones of the Grow, Papa G Grows, Rats, Amy, Grow Grows, Cats, Grow from Your Heart Podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Men Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Sony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soil, Jason Isone, P. Win, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy Mix, Scroggerton the Fourth, The Goddess Grows, Kaylee, Chen, Brad Family Farms, Polly P. Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UTA, Green Tree, Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Seensland, Oak Home Buds, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, Dan the Indoor Man, Grow Me Homies, Hamilton Groans, Clip Smoke, Keystone, Canna Flag, PA, Big High 710, Eugene Greenleaf, Ace True Hustle, Friend Dark, Conlos, North Arizona, Beer Grove 420, No Sellout, Jesse White, Gosh Dang Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Soso J, Fixin' Robin, Killer 8 Mo, Cam Wood again, James Butter Cream. As I read that off, I know that's wrong. C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seed Bank, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mahan, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dore, Antenna Seeds, Fab Carries, Cave, Mike Rubles, and Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Soda Get Up, Stu Moon, Popco 719, Bake with Shake, Baby Old Smoke, PWC, Homegrown Buds, Lord Wasp, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho Grown, Flora Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Punch It Sound Seeds, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Soul Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Connolly, Pimp Jam, McBody Face, Show Me Sketchwatch, Fuck Google and You, I'm Going Well, Canadian Restore, Porter, Farmer, Call Right, Zephyr, Humble Farm, Sanitary Farm, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hell 9782, Skunky Pals, Snarcel, Artist 2012, Microslave Hefner, Daniel McDizzle, Magically Fit, KGB, Robert, Mr. Greenfingers, Motherfucking Tonto, Thomas, Robert, Mr. Greenfingers, Motherfucking Thomas, Rancho Coach, Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champlin, Bobby Lynn Means, Trench Digger, Babby, Mr. Mac, Tonya Lake Bologna, damn, I can't believe I fucked this up, Bill Lee, Bill S. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, Huron Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 420, Beater B-Man, Farm 616, All Up, Max Grumman, Ruby, Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Belly, Real, Jennifer Steele, Kinbus 03, Turf Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latino, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolfstein, Firesaw, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Ross Bob, White Feather Grows, Burning Shrooms, Tom Grows, Tank, The K-Man Grows, BX Gunner 81, Smith Dude, New Grows, Sean McCann, J Monk, Stank Agenda, Wawa Canna Grove, Fall Dog, Huron Cannabis Council, Alyssa, Paris Rock Fam, Justice Mick 420, Ben, Fresh Grow, Thriving Herbs, High Boy, Your Mailman Grows, We Be Growing, Australian Grown, Love for the Plant, Argo American, Spot Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest Surf Craft, Micro Coon, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius Grows, Tank Brownies, Dan D, Elliott Harkins, Mystic Flavor, Forging Gardner, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, D's Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Dank Yoda, Jay Simmons, Sure Bro, Gross, Clackamas, Coo, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, Light 1978, Michigan, Grown Buds, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Delta 9, J McDaniels, Clackamit's 420, Stinky Colas, Dylan Stein for PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sungrown 707, J.A. Dro, J420, Cascadian Growth, Tito, McGee, Fort Plants A, Weedworks, Captain Scrog, Skunky Buns, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, McGaster Tempe, Annie N.D. Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11 Vindude Buds, Michael Ross is plenty, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Gross, Evergreen, G's Friends, Tree, MMJ, Matt S, Save Bolt, Dragonfly B, Justin Menz, Travis Waltz, Unlucky, 196, or Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan from Blessed Coast Seeds, Shango Gas, Basso for Life, John Smith, Tommy Draco, Spoke King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spunky Pies, Oscar from Green Jr., Matt Seabird, Indo 11, Stephanie B, Shark Pulley 989, Von Brown, Simon Garner, Stoner Nation 420, Joe Y, Bugs 1313, Painted Lady, Frank Booth, Jay Myers, DeMid, DeChat, Mr. Manny D, Bagsy, Dr. DGC, Jeff Strutter 911, Dutch Grows 420, Scallywag 420, Skillbow 1, Medgrower 1, Empire Breeding Code for Rolly, Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Allie Noble, CK, Tom Turned Again, Looney, Jester, Smoking With, Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Rafter Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazleton, Drawer, Michigan Quarry, Double Tap Farms, Michigan, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 808, Rooting Prospects, the Cannon Bus Driver, Hating Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grows, T Ben, Brood Nuts 619, Hammered Emails, Dr. Scrambles, VB Moonrock, CH. F Double J, Bio Greens, Stealth Grower 56, Hanky Stinky 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia Joe, Roy Rodriguez, B Growing, Nature's Best Known, Killer B Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Uso Life 420, Bully 4 Life, Jeffro 420, Booty 698, for Dr. Franklin, Booty, Goddamn and Bake Ted's Test, the Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greensock, Jeff 420, 420, Boom Farms, Charlie Farms 420, Aldridge 25, Smiley's Gardens, JD's, Misty's Nugs, Smoky Grove, Frazier, Grokoski, Twisted Roots, The Faded Farm 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Above 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Joe Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snaps, DTE, Rose, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Cannon Trooper, Sergeant Pepper, Blind Cat 420, Light It Up Again, Tim, UK SIF 420, Voodoo Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical, MJ Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dinkman, Dan Dinkman 420, Red Setter Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, Chicha B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420 Army, the American One, W Digger 714, Shirates, Kineos, Genetics, Mountain Skies, Ready to Hit That Hot Fire, Chris Mertz, Ian Save Robbie, Sergeant Live, Hepa Cam, Finger Lakes, Finest, Ridge Patch, Dozer Moon, Southern BT Grower, Choose Medical, Jared Blair, Plus One Medical, Secret City Pioneers by Little 10, 2042 Spacewalker, Christian Tremont, T. Barrington, Heart and Soul Homegrown, Mike B. T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Gardens, John Smith, Elliptis, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest Seeds, Ross, Kaya Paul, Lemon Holco, Trench, Rita's, Judy Life, Richard 420, Grant Manuel, Mary Bond, Semi Sizzle, 9-inch Colas, Chris Mo, DK Trades, Vision Creators, Guru, Dekine Brood, Canada Nation, J Wire, Wob Wobby, Sean Bins, Rescue Ready Roadside, Notorious Young, Nugs, Magma Seeds, Father and Son, Trimming Tutorials, C-Tub Dank, Jose Ramirez, Jose Martin Perez, Doggo the Hut, 420, Buck, Cheapo Man, GR 420, Community Videos, GR, Detroit, River Rat, Louis Garcia, Michael P. AJ Everyday, Captain Audit, Cheddar Bob 13, Maine 420, Medgrowers, Cookies Coop, Jay Hendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods All Good, Sally Mansell, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpsons, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roads, Kazoo, Aaron Burning Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinkin, Angel Studios, MG, the 420 Grow Tent, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Jankovic, Chemo, F Sky, Fibro Flower, Paulie P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jepo Pollock, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Buck All That Beam, The Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 446, Jason Greystone, Stony Baker, MD, Stony Creek, Russ Sonic, Prince Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man Hermit Nash, Freebird, Mo Grower, Matty Gar, Simple Man, Survival Time, Tim Blake, Gulf Coast Chronic, Sink Fed, Caballero Polero, Harley Grower, Jen God, Steve Collins, Tom Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island Hayes, Scuba Steve Speaks, GR Rain, Randy K, excuse me, TRC, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Randy K, Piff 1000, Ace Boog 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom, Puffer Smiles, 15 Digits, Ganja Mook, Haas, Fred G, Super Bob, Broski 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic, Zippy, iMedic 31, Honesty, K-Hell, Me All Flower, Brent Boog, Todd Kendricks, Newton, K&T, Chris D, Truth Serum, Photons, Vote, Natty Dreads, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Clap, Low Cut, Albert Tremblay, Mo Manic Meds, Araz Banshee, Helen, Hugh Janus, James T, Atomics Moon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, High Flyer 420, Lobster Brush Bow, Mother Tree Maine, Red Pill, Your Boy Roy Boy, Ecstatic Shannon, Gimmons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Grow Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill 710, One More Time, Cannabis Pursuit, K Rolling, Cody Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, Entourage Effect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mondo 420, Surrounded by Keith, Ferrari Farms, excuse me, Page, Fridge Dweller, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt, Richard Forbes, Daniel Clementa, Before People, Nick T, John Reese, Without Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, B. Bun Diddley, I'm going with it. Fuck it. James Chung, Serge Gross 818, John Wayne's, Carolina Roots. God, I finally got that rolling right. Sister Golden Hair, Deanna El Dinkarino, KNF Gardens, Blank 1030, choose one, 10 feet. Faded Farmer, or Farmer Jones, Crypto Dope, HIP Grower. Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonders, Sunrise Grows, Top Floor Genetics, Mo Vision 420, Can2 Cannabis, Jess Fisher, My Dog Nelia, Rooster, Alex Hardy, Hardy Gear that is, Medi Cropper, Daniel Grows, Photos, Mitten Grown Meds, Alex, who the hell should be pissed to hear that, Lexi, Brittany and Courtney, my baby girls, Grumpy Toad, No Limit 916, Alchemistin, Canna Mix, Soil Brown Addiction, Ross Joel, Alex D, Dirty Or Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Alex, or Blaze Daily, Fried Piper, Perpetual, Equal Proud Warrior, Sarah Smiles for You, Frank Asada, The Dake, Duchess, Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Stink Fat, What About Bob, Ill Jester 420, Pop, Shrooms, John Gorski, John Doe, Dogan, Gangsta, THC before PTT, oh my gosh, THC before TH, oh my god, one last time, THC before PTSD, third time's the charm, T-Bearing, Haunted Grown, Swamp Cat, oh, I'm just gonna skip that one, Best of Buds, Best of Because, ... Mr. Manny D, Canafari, Bo 20 Abnormal, Franklin Guerrero, Bearbeat, J Brent 74, CK Brown God 420, Pachyderm 420, Burning Tree Made EA, Gray Sun Grove 207, Hydro Daily, and last but never least, Weedus 207, me and the Sperm Stash are out of here. You guys know the deal. This is the end of your day. If this is the end of your journey for the day, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, please make it an awesome day. It's Monday officially. Go out and make it a great week. Most importantly, please take time to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. Living, breathing example of that. Tune in tonight where it'll be nobody. It's Monday nights. The rabbit hole, the wormhole. 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. please have a great Monday. I'll see you at 2 a.m. with the wormhole. Have a great day. I am out of here. Love you guys.